Not meta, pure fun, 4-3-3-2. Hello folks, and welcome to a brand new video by me, Tactical Max 7 on YouTube. Today I'm looking at the 4-3-3-2, and I've put this together similar to my old ones, similar to the ones that work really well, but this time I'm looking at it more as a fun formation, because we have players like Royce playing centre defensive midfielder, and we have Company playing in goal. We also have David Beckham playing right back. We have Mia Hamm playing centre mid. So there are crazy players around the place. We've got Endrick playing inside forward on the left, but that's a position you could actually kind of see him in real life. You know, you could see him playing there at some point. I know Vinny kind of has that position, but you could. It's not outside the realms of possibility. He could play there. Whereas Royce at CDM, I don't think Marco would have ever played there, ever. And David Beckham at right back, yeah, maybe in a 5-back, you could imagine him, but we've got him there in a 4-back. Players for this team obviously took a bit of a glow up over the last team of the week, champs. We got Van Dijk, we got a Harry Kane, we got Mia Hamm, we did the Beckham SBC, we got a Royce, we also got a JJ Okocha. This card looks bananas, by the way. Like, the thing I'm noticing about the shapeshifters, they're all pluses on every role they have. So they don't have all the roles, but they have a lot of roles, and the roles they have for the positions are all pluses. So it's going to make some crazy teams. So see him for like a CDM. He doesn't have the best. He's only got 2 defensive styles. He's got Jockey Plus, which is really good, and he's got Intercept Silver, which is good. But he has the pinged pass and the long ball pass with tiki-taka and incisive silvers. So yeah, that's great. You know, he's going to be a crazy card. He's 5'8", and he's got 5-star skill moves, obviously. But for skillers, having him in a CDM position, pulling the ball out, and like the 4-2-1-3, the 4-2-3-1, or the 4-3-3-2, you play him as that CDM, and you run with the ball with him, and you skill move all over the park. I mean, some players are going to really go crazy with this card, and he's not expensive. He's like virtually discard. Mental. So we took McTominay out, but he stays, even though I bought him. It's one of the few cards I bought. This Heaps card, if you get a chance to use her, she's really good. So yeah, let's get into this tactic. It's got default. So we have it on. Firstly, we have it on aggressive. Like, I'm going to talk about this. I have it on aggressive because that's how I like to play. I've got aggressive and counter, which is it goes against what I've said before, and it's just my style of play, because this is about fun for me. This isn't about getting wins in Weekend League. I wouldn't use this in Weekend League, if I'm honest. It's about fun. If you don't like aggressive, whack it down to like balanced or high. Absolutely fine. If you don't like counter, put on balanced. Absolutely fine. Completely up to you. It's how you play it and how you like playing this game. I like the aggressive, in your face, quick to win the ball back, quick to get opportunities. It's about scoring goals for me. If I concede a goal, I concede a goal. I just like good tiki-taka style play to win games. Our player roles are inside forward and attack, and inside forward and attack on our 2 wingers, and poacher and support on our striker. Now again, poacher isn't for everybody. You can use advanced forward if you want. Our midfield 3 are playmaker and attack on the 2 outside ones, and deep line playmaker and build up on the middle one. Now you can switch him to defend if you want. It will drop him slightly. Not a lot, but drops him slightly, stops him pushing forward. I just want him on build up because, again, I want my team up the park. I want them playing really aggressive football. I want to have players in positions to hurt the opposition when I win the ball back high up the park. Both my left back and right back are on false backs and balanced, so that pushes them into midfield with Royce. That's why he can be a wee bit further forward. Remember, this is when I've got the ball. So what this does with having inside forwards and false backs is it really narrows the park. So you're looking for complete tiki-taka style football. Hence why I have my 2 centre mids on playmakers and attack, because I want them picking up pockets of space between my deep line playmaker and my 3 forwards, who will all be narrow. That's the theory behind it. I've got gameplay footage to try and show you. The false backs are really good once you get used to them. They sit in that midfield position when you're building up, and because you're on counter, your players move forward fast, but your back 4 doesn't. It stays in a defensive position most of the time, and your false backs will just take up that position in the middle of the park. Goalkeepers on sweeper, keeper, and balance, just because that suits me, but you can have it on whatever you want. So yeah, that's us with the ball. That's us with the ball. That's us without the ball. With the ball, it's just lovely. The spaces the players take up, the tiki-taka you can get. I did try Kane as a false 9, just didn't click for me. Didn't feel he was involved in the game enough. The thing I would say about this team, and it's pretty easy to do now, you want a striker that has decent passing, and you want 2 wingers that have really good shooting, because they're the ones that are probably going to get into the position more often to score more than your striker even. Your 2 centre mids, they'll make bursting runs into the box through the lines, so you want them to be all-round players. Your CDMs, your maestro, your Pirlo, your dictator of the game. Your centre backs have to be good, fast and strong, because they're going to have their points. They're going to be the only thing you have in front of between the attacker and your goalkeeper. And your false backs, you want them to have a high range of passing and passing playstyles. So with Beckham, we've obviously got a load of passing playstyles, and with his Evo Theo, we have good passing stats and ping pass. So yeah, that was a lot. But this I had to explain my thought process behind this one, because this one is just fun. It's just about having fun. Like I say, I wouldn't take this into Weekend League. I would still do my 4-2-1-3 or my 4-2-3-1, or I would use this shape, but I would have fullbacks on defend, box-to-box players in the midfield. It plays different. You need to hit different in Weekend League. So this is about having fun in rivals and friendlies and stuff. So let's get into some gameplay. Like, subscribe, and comment, because you guys are amazing. Right, attempt 3 to do this. Oh, we're having some day of it. So, team we're coming up against straight off the bat. Evo'd Henry, glitched Evo, really good. Rafinha, an amazing card to have. The João Navas, De Bruyne, Hullet, the Theo Hernandez, Evo. This Hummels, you never see him very much. Dumfries, obviously brilliant. Dewey, this card, brilliant. And Buffon, my favourite goalkeeper. So, it's a really strong team to come up against. He's playing in the 4-5-1 with a flat 5. I might do this again, because I did like this formation. It was a really fun formation to play. Right, as we get started, you'll see we kick off, and I fall back into the same kind of thing I used to do in FC24, where I'd let my team change formations, and I don't know why I always kind of fall into that. So we ping the ball forward, Kane into Graham. And see, what I want to highlight here is look at these 3. This is right wing, this is left wing, and this is forward. So they're really, really narrow. And then we have centre mids bursting forward. So you see here at the back, we've got our 2 CDMs. David Beckham sitting there, and Theo Hernandez is sitting there, and they're really narrow. And we'll see much more examples of why that is really good. Everyone else is forward. So we're giving ourselves loads of tiki-taka chances here, and we're giving ourselves loads of ability to find the ball. We get the ball with Endrick, we heel to heel, and then goal. So we're happy. Great card, that Endrick. Super cheap. If you want to get a left winger, go for it, because he's brilliant, or Cam. We win the ball with Virgil. We get the ball to Alexa. Get the ball out to Kate. I don't know why I did that weird thing there. That's where the video stopped last time. So here's a really good place to stop and look at it. There's Theo. There's David Beckham. Really narrow, like not like super narrow, but he's got an Evo with 5-star, and he's basically a CDM centre mid now in this game. So having him in this position with, especially him with passing playstyles and players running forward, like there's Hansen, super narrow. There's Endrick, who's within the 18-yard box with Kane as well. It just gives us so many options, and we can see when we move on here, Royce gives it to Beckham, and we try and clip the ball over, and we fail there. But now Beckham's back in that right back position, because they do come back quite quickly, and that's the thing now with these cards. We can play these fun formations in fun ways that are just different. Drill the ball through to Graham, back to Royce, Endrick again, another heel to heel, cross goal. Great card. Low driven. So 2-0 up, he kicks off again. We can see straight from kickoff, Royce has dropped back into the CDM position. We've got our back 4 in place, so we have this protector of the defence. But everyone else is really high and putting a lot of pressure. And that's what we want. We want high pressure, winning the ball back high up the park, and the opportunity to break quickly. We get the ball to Theo. We dink over to Royce, who's standing in acres of space. Gives the ball to Beckham, who's really narrow again. Royce, we lose out to Hullet, because, well, it's Hullet. We recover the ball well. Back to Beckham again. Clip the ball over to Theo. And we're just looking for the space. Now, he's quite aggressive, but we have so many players in a narrow formation able to find a wee tiki-taka passing, and we're so close to getting a lovely give and go there. Again, look how many players we have around the ball on his counter-attack. Look how many players are coming. Now, we're just running players into the correct position. He's going to run all the way down the line, so we're just covering that angle. Doesn't have to be a bit skilled, just gets past me, but again, I'm covering the passing lane. That's all I need to do. And then I just give the ball back to him. Now I drill the ball down the line, get the ball into Ham, to Royce, to Ham, to Kane. We mess up the pass. But you can see the options are there. I'm not going to hide the fact from you that I make mistakes. I'm very honest about the mistakes I make. That's why I play long parts of gameplay and I don't show you the highlights. It's a really nice finesse from outside the box. Company I had to drop. I wouldn't recommend a goalkeeper who is an outfield player. Just don't like them. So, got loads of space in the defensive third. Theo nice and narrow. We turn back. We go back to Rudiger. We dink the ball over top looking for Ham. Miss out Ham, but get through to Graham. Endrick there looking for the wee through ball to Kane. Touch isn't great. Again, you can see we're on 90 depth. So, there's my CDM. Everybody else is narrowing forward, so there is space down here, but both our left back and right back are in our left back and right back positions because we've lost the ball and they've moved back into the positions. And remember, it was one of the patches a while ago that changed how quickly your false backs get back into position. They're a lot quicker now than they were. So he's got that Rafinha card that could be dangerous, and then that run from Henry, we get really lucky. Rudiger's just got the power to, the physical strength to take him off balance. Get the ball to Ham, lovely close control. Lovely speed boost as well. We go back, we draw the attacker onto us, and we find a space. And that's what it's about. Short passing is about being able to have players close together so you can do much more higher percentage passes, he says, as he plays a pass and it's intercepted. So he's running down the line again. It's a lovely ball over the top and really should have been better for a card as good as Rafinha. Royce straight through the middle. We touch off to Alexia Putellas, who runs through, and then we try and chip, which was silly. So Theo Hernandez again. You see how hopefully I've exemplified when if a player's trying to go down the lines wide, you will always, your false backs will get into position. And we'll see this again. He's going to try and go down the line, but Theo Hernandez is far enough back to get in the way. We don't pick up the first ball, but we should have had that ball there. He tries to do a wee spin past me, but Van Dijk's in the way there. We get the ball to Kane, and then, I don't know what else to try to do. Lovely ball to Kane there. We get super lucky there. I'm not even going to move around the keeper, put in the net, but we got so lucky there. I probably would have quit if I'm honest at that point, because that was ridiculous. I just got so lucky. So he goes down the line with Rafinha again. He tries to play the through ball into the space I tell you to do all the time between their left backs and right backs and centre defenders. We're just keeping the ball here. We don't need to rush it, and then I rush it, which is not fun. Royce again with the intercept plus, just sitting in there and picking up. Mia Hamm with the pace. She's got such good strength for a 5'5" card as well. Like, you think my midfield would struggle when I've got Royce and Putellas, but they're so good on the ball. Putellas is so, Ham's so good defensively as well. I could see her really being good as a double pivot CDM. Ball back to Beckham there. We go wide, back into Mia Hamm. Ball roll, mess up. She wins the header. Graham wins the header. But, you know, gets away. Putella's putting the pressure on. Royce there to back her up. Now he's just running at me, so we just bring Theo across, win the ball. We always go in through the centre because that's how I want to play with this formation. I very rarely am looking for balls down the line. I'm tending to try and find a tiki-taka and the wee through balls like that. And they don't always come off, but when they do, it's good. And you'll have so many opportunities because you'll have so much of the ball with this formation. There again, straight to Kane, to Endrick. Doesn't quite finish at this time. So he's going to go wide again. But see, even on the counter-attack, Beckham and Theo are back in their positions. We're not worried about getting counter-attacked and then being too high up the park. That's what I'm loving about falsebacks. I'm allowing my midfielders to be super attacking and my wingers to be super attacking. My fullbacks are not being super defensive and not being in the game, but they're also not being super attacking and getting caught out of position. They're going into falseback positions. Oh, that was the wrong button. They're going into falseback positions and getting in the right places. I'll stop it there. This is the 4-2-2 team I played. That's coming out on Wednesday. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that yet because that's a horrible team to play. How did I do that? Is it back? Forward. Anyway, that was the gameplay. Hope you liked that one. It's super fun formation to play. Give it a go and let me know what you're thinking. And let's get into the final thought. So there you go. That was the gameplay. Hopefully you've seen the tiki-taka, you've seen the positions that the falsebacks take up, and you've seen how the front three activate as a front three. And then I don't think you've seen a Mia Hamm goal. She does score in a few games, but it tends to be the second half, if I'm honest. You've seen Mia Hamm's kind of busyness around the park, which is brilliant. You've seen Patelis' tiki-taka. You've seen Royce just marshalling in the middle of that park. And hopefully you've seen the two centre-backs just being strong, bully centre-backs. You have to be on the front foot with this formation and this tactic. You don't want to be waiting and allowing the opposition to hit you with a number of players. Ideally, you want players doing what you've seen my opponent do, and that's try and run down the wings because they see your fullbacks going inside, so they see the gaps, they try and run down the wings. But what that'll tend to do is isolate them, and then you're just a bit more aggressive and you double up in those positions. You activate team press, or you use teammate contain to bring players across. You do anything you can to kind of narrow their window of passing and try and get the ball back as quick as possible. Now, it won't work against all players. Some players will be much better and be able to pass around you, and if that's the case, that's the case. You know, change it up, go to fullbacks and defend, play slower, take off counter, all those things that you need to do against really good players. But if the player's equal level to you or lower, then you should have fun with this and you should be able to outscore most players. But like I say, completely comes down to you. Tweak whatever you need to tweak, change whatever you need to change to make it work specifically for you. And that's the big thing about tactics. You have to remember that this is a starting point. This works for me. And whatever you feel you need, you just change. Feel free to. And if you need to message me on X or on here on YouTube, and I'll try and give you some feedback on what I think changes reflect. So for like box to box in the midfielders, it brings them further back, and they go as far forward, but they come further back, and they're quicker to come back. If that's what you need to have people with high stamina, and Relentless Plus is a good thing to have in there. And it changes the characteristics of the players you want to use there. Better in defending, better in tackling, that sort of thing. So hopefully that's helped you. Hopefully you get a good go at this, and hopefully you have fun with this. We're in the end game, so let's just have fun. Catch you guys in the next video.